There we go. So, recording is on. Awesome. Well, welcome to the May 13th community call. Let's get started. So, we have a little bit of a hiccup with the event notification going out with the wrong link. Hopefully, people join us as we go. So, first, I'm going to formally introduce myself. I met some of you at the online event, but I'm Classicus, also known as Kyle. Nice to meet y'all. I have a background in cybersecurity and AI, and now in crypto. I'm a software engineer manager. I work in the blockchain space. So this is very familiar to me. When I'm not in front of the keyboard, I like to play tennis, play hockey. I'm a runner. I like to do half marathons. I like read lots of books, mostly nonfiction. I'm also a big chess player. I'm not that great of a chess player, but I like playing chess. And of course, I'm from Montreal, so yes, I speak anglais, français, les deux. It doesn't really matter. So that's me. You guys might have I've heard my name Classicus thrown around a lot. That's my online name. Everyone knows me as that in the different Discord servers and the different DAOs and that kind of stuff. In real life, you can call me Classicus or Kyle. I'm used to both. When I usually go to conferences, people recognize me as Classicus, not Kyle. I know it's a little bit of a weird world, especially if you're coming from the Web 2 world. Like, people use their online nicknames in real life. It's weird. I know. It took me a while to get used to that too. Probably a year before I got used to that. But so this is the new world that we're living through. And so I'm going to be running today's event. So what's on the agenda today? We're going to do some intros. I did an intro. We're going to talk about some of the things happening in the DAO. We got a crypto market overview, lots of exciting stuff happening this week. Do a little bit of a rundown on what's happening in DeFi. We'll talk about the Terra Luna USD stuff, because that's what everyone wants to talk about, and everyone seems to be talking about, at least in my circles. We'll talk about some upcoming events that are also happening, and we'll wrap up with some questions. Also, I wanted to know if someone could take some notes for me while this is going on. I'm going to paste the link in the Google Meet chat. So if someone could take some notes, it'd be really, really appreciated. Just like some high-level bullet points of like what we're talking about. It's more so for the discussions that we're going to go through later. That'd be really great. If not, I'll go through the recording, figuring it out after.
I can do it.
Thanks. That'd be awesome. For those of you who are new to the DAO, or this is your first call, or you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to the Montreal DAO. We are a thriving community of Web3 users, builders, investors, and we want to educate and network. We're here to advocate for a world to better serve society, that better serves society than the current central banking system. We want to empower people to be more financially literate, and of course, we want to socialize and nerd out and have fun. We have over 200 members now on Meetup, and we're almost at 100 members on Discord, which is really cool. These numbers are really, really going up fast. I think earlier this week we hit the 200 mark on Meetup, and now we're at 234, so it's really growing. I'm also going to be posting some GM streaks, because that's a fun little thing that Houston and I are a little competitive on, and we're tied. So I just wanted to put that in there. So that's us having fun in Discord. And if you do want to join us on Discord, there's a link. There's a link in the Meetup as well. That's when we do most of our day-to-day discussions. Feel free to join us. So we had our first event earlier this week. We had the inaugural Montreal DeFi Montreal DAO in-person social, which was really, really great. We got to all meet each other, eat, have a few beers. It was really, really great. We had over 18 people there, probably a little bit more, but I'd said 18 to be safe. We had, I think, 25 on the RSVP list, which is really, really cool. So thank you all for those that attended. I definitely think we should do it again. It flew by. It was a ton of fun. And let's get through the red. So this is year-to-date market. As you guys can see, a lot of things are red. The only things that are green are not really things worth considering. I do want to point out, though, that at the bottom of the graph, if you guys see my mouse, the bottom of the graph here, we have a UST that used to be really big. Now it's tiny, tiny, tiny. It's completely red, and it's not even a stablecoin anymore. I won't even put it in this category, but whatever. It's a whole other discussion. ETH is down, BTC is down. The main, ETH, BTC aren't down as much as everything else, right? Like DOT, Solana, ADA, AVAX, Matic, everything else is down way more. All the L2s are down more. All the alts are down more. It's still, the big two that are generally not being down so much. And then, it's red in the streets. It's definitely red in the streets. So let's talk.
Can I just ask a question out of curiosity?
Yes.
Has anybody, except for myself, anybody else been purchasing or picking up some Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last few days?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
Definitely.
same here.
I definitely have been picking up a lot of wrapped BTC and ETH. I particularly do it on like L2s like Matic and Avalanche because yes.
Okay.
But which is the same thing, right? That doesn't really matter. I usually I'm a DeFi user, so I lend and borrow, and as you know, I change my positions around, and things start to get really too good to be true. You know, like ETH going down or BTC go down, I start to buy a little more, buy a little more, buy a little more. If we keep going down, I'm gonna have no more money to buy. It's okay. I don't buy
unless UST comes back and you use that money.
Well, then that's free money, right? Then that's free money, and you can bet your butt I'm converting all that to BTC and ETH. Yeah, for sure.
So which one did you said? Wrap? You said ETH, Bitcoin, and wrap? Did I get that correct?
So ETH and so wrapped ETH and wrapped Bitcoin. So wrapped Bitcoin is just Bitcoin on an EVM chain. It's the exact same thing. It just you don't need to have a Bitcoin wallet. You can just use an EVM wallet for everything. It tracks the same price, and because there's arbitrage bots, you know that it'll always be kind of the same price. So that way you can use it on whatever chain you want. It pretty much comes down to the same thing. It just depends on what kind of little setup you have personally. I know everyone's a little different, right? Some people like using centralized exchanges. I personally was part of, Quadrilax back when, and also now today part of Terra Luna. So I'm all not for centralized stuff. That's why I'm big into DeFi. But to each their own, right? Like don't let my mistrust change your judgment. Everyone do your own research. But yeah.
Wait, you were part of that? You suffered losses? Oh my goodness.
Not just some losses. It really sucks. Yeah. Anyway,
poor you, man.
I was just getting started, so it wasn't that bad. I know like a lot more people that were like, the same story, right? Mortgage. I don't know people personally that mortgaged houses and did crazy things, but those types of stories, right? It's just like in the TradFi world, you want to spread out your risk. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket in case that basket explodes, right? Like this is just risk management at its best. Everyone does that in their own way. Some people like to go all in, high risk, high reward, but doesn't always pan out that way. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So definitely, if you guys are unsure what to buy, my personal opinion, just stick with ETH and BTC. It's generally a good idea. Unless you can do your own research, then by all means, do your own research. But yeah, I was going to talk about DeFi TVL. So right now we're at 130 billion. The change in the last 24 hours, well, it's, minus 12%. That's not really fair because of everything that's happening with the Terra Luna situation. If we look back on March 17th, we were at 200 billion TVL, which is more kind of the state that we were at based on the price of the market. Curve was also the dominant factor back then. Now it's interesting to notice that Aave is the dominant DeFi protocol, at least in terms of TVL. I do know that a lot of the Curve liquidity was ripped out because of UST, because of they had a UST, USDT, USDC pool that had a lot of liquidity that really got wrecked, which is interesting. So yeah, blue chip stocks or blue chip projects like Aave and Curve still there, still going strong, but the market itself it's hurting. It's definitely hurting. I'm curious to know if you guys also use some DeFi projects on your own besides Aave or Curve, or maybe you guys do use Aave, or maybe you do use Curve. If you guys want, we can also. This is a question for later, but we were discussing, Houston and I, which projects that we wanted to do a deeper dive in, because we did a deep dive on Anchor way back when, and we've been doing all these different projects, but now I feel like we need to do a blue chip stop after doing one that kind of crashed. So curious to see if you guys are interested in any one of these particular projects.
100%. I'm not using any of them, so love to do an Aave or Curve deep dive.
Yeah. Also, some people call it Aave. Some people call it Aave.
Okay.
I say Aave. I think I'm wrong, but I'm not sure. it's
Okay, so there's Aave and Nave. Aave and Nave, or which ones did you
It's the
say?
same.
Aave,
same.
yeah.
Aave and Nave.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, there's a ton, like in terms of so Aave is a liquidity is a lending borrowing market, just like Compound, just like Maker. There's like a few of them that all do similar things. Aave is the big dominant one right now. They're also across as many, I think most of the chains by now. They also have different versions and all that kind of stuff. So let's talk top 15 chains. So biggest change here is Terra, as you guys can see, number 13, down 85% in the last day, down 98% in the last 7 days. So they're they were really high up. I think they were top 5. I don't exactly remember where they were, but they were in the few billions. Now they're not even they're probably not going to be on the map anytime soon. Everything else is kind of being pulled down. Whenever a big project like this collapses, it pulls everything down for many reasons. Yeah, it's interesting to see. I've never heard of Parallel before. I know Near Protocol, but I've never heard of Parallel. DeFi chain, I've heard something about a while ago, but I don't know if it's done it. Yeah, there's only 2 protocols on DeFi chain. Of course, Binance, Ethereum, AVAX, Top Guns. Solana went down also, I think, last week or this week for a little bit, which was very interesting. Yeah, I think someone posted in the Discord like something around Solana being only open like 8 to 4 during the weekdays or something, which was hilarious because they're so central.
Doesn't that happen like every 3 months with Solana? If there's an
It feels
outage
like
or something
Yeah.
shuts down and weekend now we're closed. I mean, what the hell,
Yeah, I know. It's and yet they're still fourth, right? It's one of those things. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm wondering if anyone has ever used Phantom or Arbitrum or Tron. Like I know that these guys are pretty high up. I've personally used Matic. I mean, anyone that's touched an Oat, we've used Matic because our Oats are on Matic. So I know that they're doing a little bit. Well, they are pretty centralized, similar to Solana. They are an EVM chain. So yeah, it's still biggest dominance is ETH for sure.
Yeah.
And with the merge coming, all of these L2s are going to have a hard time with everything that's happening.
Fingers crossed the merge is coming this year. I mean,
yeah, I know. Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed the merge happens at some point in my lifetime. Okay, so let's talk Terra Luna, let's talk UST, let's see what the damages are. So for those of you that don't know, Terra Luna UST Terra is the blockchain, Luna is the native coin on that blockchain. They provide a stable coin called UST. The biggest use case for their stable coin is a protocol called Anchor. Anchor provided its users with up to 20% yield on their UST. There was no lockup period. It was instant. They also offered borrowing products. So you could put up some collateral and then borrow against it to get some UST to put that in their 20% pool. So that collapsed. And what I mean by collapsed, I mean it completely collapsed. So with the markets doing what they do and being volatile, BTC ETH went down, and then it started to influence Terra, which started to go down. The mechanism between UST and Terra is created in a way that, and I'm going to overly simplify this, and it's going to be a little bit brutal. But in order to keep Terra at its $1 peg, if ever Terra dropped below its peg, people could burn Luna, which is their native coin, at a discount, and then which would then put to buy some UST at a discount, which would bring it back to its peg, and vice versa. If the UST went up, people could do the opposite with Luna and then sell their Terra for a premium and then get some Luna back, and so on and so forth. That does require there to be pressure on the trading of Luna. So what ended up happening with the markets is when the market started to go down, Terra started to go. So the Luna coin or the Luna currency started to go down, and then that caused the peg to slowly, go off of its $1. And then because of that, that caused more selling pressure, and then it depegged even more. And then there wasn't enough arbitrage created by people who wanted to, sell their UST or burn the Luna for a premium. And that created, a spiral effect. And so because everything kept going, more and more Terra kept being burned, and UST couldn't keep up. And then people wanted to sell all their UST because they realized, hey, it lost its peg. And then that created like a sort of fire sale or a bank run, I should say. And then everyone was just rushing to Anchor and Terra, and everyone's just trying to offload their UST, which was causing more sell pressure. And then everyone was just trying to get rid of their Luna. And that's why you see the volume here exploded. And now they passed a new proposal to mint a ton of Luna tokens. So now it's completely, there was billions, now there's trillions of Luna tokens. So we're completely off the peg now. And it's still in progress, right? This is still happening. There's still things going on. The Terra blockchain was actually paused, then it was resumed, then it was paused again. So very, very exciting stuff. There's rumors going around. Was it part of an attack? There's so many things still under development. So this is still very, very fresh. We don't know the exact cause of everything. Yeah, and a lot of people, had some money in UST and or in Terra. The lunatics, so the Luna coin, hence the lunatics is the people that are supporting this ecosystem. They all say that they will rise from the ashes. Hopefully they do. I wish them all the best. It's a loss for the crypto community as a whole when a project like this fails. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to create a better world, and create a decentralized financial system that everyone can use. And when something like this happens, it sucks. Despite feuds between projects, no one likes to see this. So keen to hear. I don't know if Maris, I don't know if you have any thoughts on this or anything else you wanted to add.
I think you explained it perfectly. I mean, there are two things in my mind. Number one is not to talk about it anymore, just get over with it, And number two is, as you said, there's so many theories out there we don't know. Maybe in 3 years, when Netflix published their first documentary about it, we will know more. Maybe they interview me because I lost a few dollars. I don't know. I volunteer. So I don't want to laugh about it. It's a serious thing, and but that's the way it is. As Adina said, it's you play with fire. Well, sometimes you burn yourself.
Yep, exactly. There's no way around it. There was a few people that warned about this in the past, but of course, where there's a lot of hype around a project and things like that gets caught. The majority of people got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, myself included, right? So there's I don't think this is a case of blaming ourselves. This is just part of crypto. This is just part of that's just it. We can get 300% gains just like we can get 100% losses. That's just the world we live in. So on a more positive note, we now have 3 Oats. Just to go back to, we had an event, our inaugural in-person event, which is really cool. So there's an Oat for that. We have the Oat related to the Radix project, which we had, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember now. And we also created a note for our 200th member. So just to be clear, because I know this was brought up in Discord, we're going to be creating Oats for, like IRL events, project spotlights, milestones, things that aren't that don't happen on a weekly cadence. We were thinking about it, Houston and I, and we're keen to hear everyone else's thoughts. But weekly AMAs or weekly community calls, creating an Oat for that feels just like a chore. I don't really feel like there's something that special about an AMA, but maybe you guys disagree and we can create Oats for that too. But we thought that, I think we create Oats that are specific to, events or something special that happened. And then we'll go on from there.
And
I think Oats for special events is it's more special. I know it's redundant what I'm saying. However, if you create an Oat for every absolutely meeting that we have. I mean, the first inaugural meeting that we had, that was great. 200 members, that was great. So maybe the next time we have an event that is sponsored by someone, or we raise money with an NFT and we do a special event for that. Well, then that's a note. I agree with you.
100%. And we can use these oats. The cool thing with these oats is because they're a token on chain. We can, if we do a sponsors event somewhere with, say, I know that we were in the talks with ShakePay, for example. We can create an oat with them in collaboration with them. And then we can now do, maybe we can claim a special NFT if you have that oat, or you can trade in that oat for something. Maybe Radix, same thing, right? Whoever was at this Radix spotlight, maybe later on they say, hey, if you bridge your oat to the Radix ecosystem, you'll get something special, right? Like, it's now that we have this oat that we can transfer around, other protocols can be like, oh yeah, cool, like we recognize it and we'll give you something cute. The inaugural DeFi thing, same thing, right? Maybe in a post world where we have thousands of people in Discord, maybe we create like an OG channel and only the people that have the oats can go into it, or I don't know, like we can have fun with it, right? Or maybe we say, hey, you can send your oat and we'll buy you a free beer because we have sponsors or something, whatever, right? Like we can make fun with it. What we do with it, we'll figure out later. This is just a fun little thing to do in the meantime. Oops, sorry. Fun little thing to do in the meantime. It also gets more familiar with the Web3 world and that kind of stuff.
And just on a side note, Kyle, I was struggling with the oat on Tuesday. Even though it said confirmed, it's still not in my MetaMask wallet.
It's not in your MetaMask. So
no.
Yeah, so it won't show up in your MetaMask wallet unless you manually add it.
So I have to go NFT and then import NFTs?
It's not an NFT, it's an ERC 721. So I can send you the address that you can go add to your MetaMask wallet, and you can easily just add it in that way. You can also, if you go to the Galaxy website and you go and you connect your wallet, you can go to My NFTs or something, and then it'll show up there. So they'll all show up there. It's galaxy.eco. /Montreal DAO is just the oats that we have, but yeah, you can see all the oats that you've claimed there. For it to show up in your wallet, you do need to add the address custom. I don't think Galaxy offers that on their website. Maybe they should. Maybe we'll talk to Anne and ask her to add that. Anna? I don't remember her name.
And you said it's not an NFT, right? You said it's an ENS, or what is it?
Yeah. ERC, so it's a token.
ERC.
Yeah, it's an ERC 721. That's the standard of the token. Yeah, it's.
But I think Houston last week said that it shows up on the Polygon net protocol.
It is on the Polygon network. That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got to add the Polygon network to the MetaMask wallet.
Yes, exactly.
I did that. Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
Oh, you did that. Okay.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. So if you want to see it in MetaMask, you have to change to the Polygon network, and then you have to add that token in MetaMask.
Okay.
You have to do two things. If you just want to see it, you can just go to the Montreal DAO, or you can just go to here. Like if I go to My NFTs, right, I have these two. So,
yeah,
but
perfect.
I'm on Polygon, right? Like if I switch from Polygon to another network, it'll still show me. Like if I go to mainnet, right? So I'm on Ethereum, and it still shows me my two. It doesn't matter. If I click on it, it'll say your NFTs on Matic, but I can still see it on this particular website. To see it in MetaMask, I have to
Galaxy.
Yeah, change to Matic and then add that customly in MetaMask. So we can do that. Maybe we'll do like another. Maybe we'll do a little tutorial, like a quick, screenshot, 5 minutes of like how to go check it out. Maybe because I think we're getting a few questions like this. And also, granted, we're still ironing out the kinks of how to use Oats and stuff. We're still also learning how to use this. The QR code's a lot better than like getting addresses manually, so we got that part down. Now we just have to get, the QR code on the phone isn't the easiest thing in the world to use. So we'll have to tweak that a little bit. All right, so I did want to point out there is an event coming up this Tuesday at McKibben's Irish Pub on Tuesday at 5 p.m. If you are curious, there's an event in Meetup. You can search for it. You can also speak with Tony, which is Afterwave on Discord. I've heard there's free food and free beer. So if you guys want to go meet up with the Radix team, or just go hang out and be social and get free food, then feel free to go there too. So there's that. And finally,
Anybody
there's a few
going?
things I want. I would love to go. I would totally be there, but I actually have a call at 7 p.m. that I cannot miss on Tuesday night, so I will not be there, unfortunately.
I'll have a beer for you, Classicus.
Please.
And I'll eat for you, Marius.
Perfect.
Cool. So yeah, I really wish I could go. You can't go to every single event, right? Just like you know. Hence why Houston's not here. When he watches this recording, he'll know. So yeah, so discussions. We were talking about projects of interest. So if there's any projects of interest that you guys wanted to go over, I know that we talked about, we mentioned Aave, that maybe that's a project of interest. I'm more than happy to give a little spew on that. I've been using Aave for over like a year and a half now. We can talk about, other DeFi lending, borrowing protocols. We can talk about yield farming. So that's like your curves, your Yearn finances. Is there anything in particular that you guys, any sector, either DeFi lending, borrowing, or yield farming, or maybe like different decentralized exchanges? What's the pros and cons of them, right? Because I know that you can do trading on Binance. You can do trading on, crypto.com. You can do trading on Newton. You can do trading on what's the other one, Kraken. You can do trading on. There's so many different ones. I'm not sure what you guys use for yourselves.
Yeah, I'd be very interested in hearing about the last topic you just mentioned, Classicus, about the exchanges, the various exchanges. I've heard very good things about Binance, for example. I'm sure there's others, and some of the. Does this make sense? Cold wallets online. Can you have a cold wallet online?
It's a hot wallet, I think.
So
yeah,
your cold wallet can live online. So I have a cold wallet, right? And you plug it in, and now it's online. But then when you unplug it, it's off. Hot and cold just means, where does the private key live, right?
Well, I've got a ledger, the Nano whatever, and they said it never goes online.
That's correct. Your private key never goes online. Your private key always stays on that device.
Okay.
But you can still connect it to the internet, right?
Oh yeah.
You're connected, yeah, of course. But when you're not plugged in, exactly. Maybe we can do something about wallets.
Not for me, no. But I just I read a lot about them, and I've pretty much got it all figured out. But
I would be interested in like Aave or Curve, something like the decentralized platforms. That'd be interesting for me. And as for centralized platforms, I use Kraken, and I use Binance, and what else do I use? I think I have an account with what's it called, FTX, the guy that just the 30-year-old that just took a stake in Robinhood. What's his name again? Sam something.
Oh yeah.
FTX. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, FTX. Yeah. There's also. Oh my God, there's so many now.
Yeah, I know. KuCoin. I think KuCoin is pretty good. You don't have to be KYC.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So exchanges, DeFi products. So I got Aave, Curve, Maker. Because is there an interest to understand how decentralized exchanges work, like liquidity pools and automated market makers? That's a little bit more technical, but I'm more than happy to go into that if that's in the area of curiosity.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. LPs, AMNs. There's tokenomics. all these different things. I think we speak a different language in crypto, right? Like, it really is. Like, you talk to TradFi people, and it's a different world. It's very much a different world. Okay, cool. So a suggestion for next online events. I think we got a bunch of different things there. Is we can do product spotlights. We can do some explanation of how these topics works. We'll talk about it more in the Discord. In terms of IRL events, we were thinking about doing an IRL event again in June. So we were thinking about like trying to do one once a month or something. Do you guys think that's too soon? Do you guys think that's not frequent enough? Like, is once a month good in general?
I think once a month is great. Yeah. I mean, we've been locked up for 2 years, so I might as well get back into into the meeting in real life events.
We can do them more frequently as well to try to get more people, or we can do them once a month. We can also do it at the same location every month. That way it's more familiar with people and people can get used to a routine. Or we can do it at different venues. Maybe we can discuss that in the Discord also. I kind of like the idea of trying different venues. But I do know that there's a nice little routine to being like, hey, the first Tuesday of every month is, Montreal DAO meetup at this place, right? That's how you can get like a community going of people constantly going. People don't even look at their calendar anymore. They just show up, right? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah. Cool. And all right, great. So frequency of event, one event. So we were thinking probably one online event a week. Sorry, we were thinking every week we have 2 events. Either we have the community call where we can chat about different things, and we also have either an online event like a product spotlight or something like that, or we have the IRL event. So every week we have 2 events. The community call is every Friday, so we book this slot like at 4 p.m. Eastern Friday every week. That way we know we have it. It's always the same link. It's always recorded. It's consistent. And then the other events, either the social event or the product spotlight event or anything else, that can be anytime throughout the week. We were thinking about that. We'll probably table it again next week, and we can talk about it more in the Discord when we get more people. I was thinking about maybe doing a poll too, but considering there's only 4, 5, 6 of us today, maybe we'll discuss it more in the next week. And that's totally our bad on the meeting link changing. We changed it in Meetup, but I think we changed it too late because the reminder was already sent out, so we missed that. Yes, definitely. So Matthew, sorry, just reading your chat now. Yeah, Yeti Finance on Avalanche is a great DeFi product. Also, I know that there's a ton of products on AVAX that we could get into. Definitely. So let's add that to the list of things as well. Cool. Sponsorships. We talked about our next IRL event. I think we'll try to get a sponsor. That way we can get free food, free stuff. Maybe get some swag too, some free hoodies or like t-shirts or like stickers or who knows. We'll reach out. I know that people like to shake their phones now with ShakePay, which is cute. So hey, it's fun, right? It's free satoshis. Why not?
First thing I do in the mornings.
Shake the phone. Yeah, totally get it. Yeah, it's a ton of fun. Cool. And was there anything else we wanted to bring up? I do have to leave at exactly 5. I have another call, but we have still plenty of time. I'm gonna write down the Yeti Finance stuff as well in the meeting notes.
Are you writing down, or you want me to put it in the notes?
I've been writing in the notes kind of as we've been going.
Okay.
Can you hear it when I type or no?
No. It's just I thought you wanted me to write, but that's good. Perfect. No, sounds good. I think we all have to digest this turbulent week on the crypto markets, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Turbulent times. Cool. So I think that's pretty much it for today's call. If there's anything else that we wanted to discuss, I know that FTX is great for traders, lots of hedge and leverage tokens. Yeah. I'm curious to see, has anyone used DYDX before? So that's more of a that's another platform for trading. I know that they do lots of leverage trading there, and they do derivatives there also. I've never personally used. I've used DYDX like once just to get like a promo code, and that was it. So I've never actually used DYDX. I'm curious to see if there's anyone in the DAO that has. Maybe they can shed some light on like how does that compares to FTX or Binance or all these different things. So DYDX also. Yeah, cool. All right. Awesome. Great. So if I think Maya, Metzir, or Marius, if you guys have anything else that you'd like to bring to the table, now's the time. If not,
I'm good. Thanks for organizing.
Cool. Awesome. Great. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Stay positive. Nice to meet you all. And my pleasure. My pleasure. And yeah, I'll see you guys around on the Discord, and if not, on the next calls.
Sounds great. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Take care.
Weekend. See you guys.
Bye.